WIKB, Iron River, Crystal Falls, Amasa.
Now, here's Dr. Larry.
Did you know? Let's go.
You've waited all week.
Every week, we continue to learn how to achieve a better back and ultimately better health.
Live in the WIKB studios, this is Dr. Larry.
Well, thank you for in the Flex Capacitor, Tim. Hello again, everybody. Okay, let's get it started. Well, as you know, every show builds on the next. Every week, we continue to learn how to achieve a better back and ultimately better health. Now, in case any of you missed it, last week we talked about why. It was an important week to be tuned in because we learned and defined about why there are so many heart attacks because, let's face it, you need to know why the deck is stacked. So, here it is again. Why? Why are there so many heart attacks? Why? Why, with all the modern technology, are there so many heart attacks? Why? Why, with all the available information on how to prevent heart attacks, is heart disease still the number one killer in the United States? Why? When a patient goes to the doctor, gets a clean bill of health, but dies of a heart attack quickly, sometimes even the next day, why? I'll tell you why heart attacks are still a surprise and hopefully make you a bit more wise. A retired lady around 70 recently checked herself into my office. She had a severe onset of low back pain to one side. She's a current smoker and a long-term smoker. Overall lean, but at around 70, still high functioning. Her main concern was getting cancer, of course, but as of today, all scans and tests are clear. Labs are relatively normal. My question to you is this. Why? Why could she have a sudden and unpredictable heart attack? In another case, a working lady around 70, current smoker, had a severe onset of middle back pain after a lifting incident. She passed out from the pain, went to an out-of-state ER, was scanned, checked out, and was told, quote, "Your insides look great and your labs are perfect." In a follow-up visit with her primary care, an EKG was performed and she passed that with flying colors. So my question to you is, why? Why could she have had or could have a sudden and unpredictable heart attack? Both of these female patients have zero symptoms. Labs are great. Insides are fine. The first patient is an actual patient of mine. The second one is not. However, I have facts in the case. And the final third case, around a 70-year-old patient of mine recently checked herself into my office with an acute thoracic pain that she had before. Had no other signs or symptoms. She came in, saw her once, offered to reschedule her for a follow-up. She declined. She doesn't like to fuss with problems like this. However, her symptoms worsened. Her body began to heat up. Pain intensified, eventually went to a clinic, was seen by a PCP, and released without incident. Within 24 to 36 hours, symptoms escalated. She then went to an ER, was hooked up to an EKG, and that's when she was hit with a surprise. She was having a massive heart attack. Now, why? Why did it catch her by surprise? With all the modern technology, information, and access to healthcare, is many times this still a surprise? I used 70-year-old females as cases to frame this around, but for purposes of the discussion, replace them with 50-year-old, 60-year-old, or 70-year-old males, non-smokers. Labs are good, EKG normal, bang, heart attack. So the leading cause of death globally in the United States also is heart disease or cardiovascular disease, which includes heart attacks, strokes, consistently ranking number one for decades, followed by cancer, with accidents and respiratory disease also being major killers. The key takeaway is heart disease is persistent number one killer, but healthy lifestyle choices are crucial for prevention, as these topics tend to get recycled. Now, all I did right there, by the way, I didn't tell you, was just rip pages off the internet and read them to you. Let me do that again. This is from a physician with a blog. Yes, many heart problems can be present, even with severe coronary artery disease with a normal EKG, he states. There are many types of heart problems. However, the EKG is still a rapid and valuable bedside test that requires the presence of the EKG machine and somebody to run it. An EKG always gives essential information, and so he goes on and on. However, no medical test is 100% sensitive, specific, including the EKG. So he kind of just circled back around and basically said, it's good, but watch out. So by the way, do you know, this is me talking, one of the most common first symptoms of a surprise heart attack is? It's not chest pain. It's not arm pain or jaw pain. It's not shortness of breath, lightheadedness, or nausea. It's not that. It's the attack, then death. So if you Google this or talk to a physician about this, it will appear as though I'm giving you wrong information. And let me reframe this, because the information that's out there clearly isn't moving the needle the other direction. Have you heard of or know anybody that died suddenly from a heart attack? Went out to get the mail, went to bed, went to the bathroom, went for a walk in the woods, went hunting. You don't ever hear about the chest pain, nausea, lightheadedness, etc. They just drop dead from the heart attack. Now, prior to that, typically is this: I just saw so-and-so, and they seem fine. And that's my point. So what is the simple definition of an attack? It's an act of violence against someone or something to try to hurt, injure, or destroy something or someone. When the heart is attacked, it's violent. It's against you with injury, hurt, and destruction or death, and it's usually by surprise. Again, why then, with all modern sophistication, are people still getting attacked by surprise in their heart? It's a less sophisticated answer, but it will require some sophistication on your part to grasp the simplicity of what I'm trying to help you understand that isn't moving the needle yet. But if you grasp this, you might be able to predict a heart attack in yourself. So while there's no single test that can guarantee the prediction of a heart attack, there are highly definitive ways that people who are high risk can identify. And these things are common knowledge. But I'm going to wrap this up for you in just a second with one term, one word that prevents you from getting the knowledge that you need. So let's go through just the hit list. How do you detect a heart attack before it happens? Look at three things. Do you have hidden plaque? A heart CT scan finds silent artery buildup. How much plaque risk is in your blood? There's a blood test that measures harmful cholesterol particles. Not all cholesterol is bad. And how are your arteries? Are they inflamed? There's a blood test to detect artery irritation and rupture risk. So if you take those three things and you put them together, you can start to get a picture of your relative risk ratio. For healthy adults, if you want the single most practical answer in healthy adults, a coronary calcium score. Now, this sounds so easy. I just described it to you. I just rattled this off. I just gave you an answer that goes, okay, here's the recipe. So why then? I'm going to go back to my question. Why are there so many heart attacks? Why, with all the modern technology, are there so many with all the available information I just gave you that you can find yourself, that every professional knows? Why is it still the number one killer in the United States and catches people by surprise? When a patient goes to the doctor, gets a clean bill of health, but dies of a heart attack quickly, sometimes even the next day. Well, I'll tell you why. Heart attacks are still a surprise and make you a bit more wise. Yes, the above information is helpful, but it's useless because of this number one problem: inaction. By the phrase, "you're good." Let me explain. In case number one, the CT scan of the spine and the abdomen of the patient was looking for cancer, also looking for a fracture. No cancer, no fracture. However, the inaction of the healthcare professional's behavior, I had to look at the CT scan and said, all looks good, your pain's fine, but you've got 3 severely plaqued coronary arteries, and we've got to do something about that. I recommend that. I can't do it, but I can recommend it. And we didn't get a lot of activity still from the primary care, so we leapfrogged into the cardiologist, who then the cardiologist acted on the stuff I just told you and said, wonderful, I'm glad you're here, and let's get the calcium score for you, and let's find out where. So then, boom, the cardiologist started going into the protocol. In the second case, 70-year-old smoker, identical thing happened in an entirely different area. Total inaction. Minimized the 3 coronary severe plaques, one of them a widowmaker, and just shuffled along when the patient came in with pain with no fracture, no problems. So the deal is it's the inaction and not looking for these things when there was other tests run and moving along. And both of these ladies were told they're, quote, okay, no problem. But it's sometimes the inaction on both parties. On the second case, it was the inaction of the primary care and the patient who was dismissed as saying, I don't care, basically, and I don't really want to know, but I'll go through the protocol if I need to, but I'm not getting any treatment. So there's that side of it. So it's the inaction on one or both parties that catches people by surprise with a heart attack. There was more. However, if you missed the entire show and want to be more in the know, then log on to my website, drlarryradio.com. Hit the subscribe button, follow the links, and listen to that show. It's been uploaded now, which you can listen to at your leisure as a podcast. And here's the final point. If you have no heart symptoms at all, just remember taking action can prevent heart attacks, big or small. Now, beyond that, in addition to the heads up, last week we learned a simple self-test for a strained hamstring. It was 2 weeks ago because we ran over Tim. That was my fault. Tim sat back. He's like, you made the mistake, Dr. Larry, last week. It was your fault. And he actually almost corrected it. I ran long on the show. So now today we'll forget that monologue for a moment and keep remembering those mandatory communication skills all doctors must have, which are inquisitive listening and staying positive. Again, it often means the difference between sick and well. Also, it's another month of the year, so let's keep our elbows in gear. We'll do that one this week. So in our tip and trick segment today, we're going to learn a simple self-test for ulnar nerve entrapment. What? I just did that test yesterday. Got to get an x-ray on the elbow now. And, of course, you snap into a Tim, are calling it out right from the broadcast booth while we crank up the tunes, and I hit the center stage for the demo. However, before all that, in order to have good health, you don't need a lot of wealth. So let's flex our forebrain and put some knowledge at the game, because today we're going to talk about, hit it, Pearl.
Dr. Larry brings you another segment of Did You Know?
Click bait. Believe buy. It can't hurt to give another try, because here's another guru telling you why. Facebook. Friend or foe, what do the ads really know? When we get back from the break, stay tuned. You're listening to the Dr. Larry Radio Show.
Dr. Larry will be back in a moment.
I got injured in a co-ed soccer league. They immediately told me that I'm going to have to speak with an orthopedic surgeon. My first thought was OSMS. I knew they worked with athletes in the past, and I knew that they had really good orthopedic surgeons. The team at OSMS really were all on board with getting me back to what my life was. My goals were their goals. I wanted to get back to my best, and they wanted the same thing for me. It's amazing that I can still do what I did before. I'm back thanks to OSMS.
Are you running for political office this year? Keep your name out of the mud. Explain your actual plans rather than littering the sides of our beautiful UP roadsides with your signs. They'll just get covered in mud and will make you look like a litterer. Have you ever voted for anyone because you saw their sign? Me neither. And I, for one, really dislike seeing all those signs after the election has already happened. That really is litter. So if you want to actually tell people why to vote for you rather than just showing them your name, give us a call at Listen Up Radio. We have 6 UP radio stations and some of the most visited websites into UP, like the Key Winter Report. We're at 906-482-7700. Or shoot me an email. I'm at jharyu@listenupradio.com. That's 906-482-7700 or jharyu@listenupradio.com, which is jharju@listenupradio.com. And good luck with your campaign. I hope it's a good, clean, honest one. Or if you don't have one yet, we can even help you get started.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized to you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situations change? When you work with Ryan O'Grady, your Crystal Falls Edward Jones financial advisor, he focuses on what's important to you. You work together and use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy, backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And you can partner long-term to help your strategy stay on track. Contact Ryan today at 906-875-3833. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
This is Julia from Iron River, and you're listening to Dr. Larry Radio. Are you looking to join a team of fun and hardworking people that enjoy serving the Northwoods area? Stop in at Jensen Akins of Conover. We are currently hiring delivery positions to help us keep up with the demand. You could be a part of a work family that provides an essential service to the Northwoods while earning competitive wages and helping strengthen our local community. Stop in for details or visit us online at jensenakins.com.
Breaks over. Time to get cracking once again with Dr. Larry.
Welcome back. Click bait. Facebook ads. They're not just selling supplements, medical devices, and pharmaceutical drugs. They are reshaping how human beings think about health, fear, illness, evaluation risk, and make medical decisions. So this is a behavioral psychology. It's economics and algorithm science. The algorithm does not optimize for truth. It does not optimize for clinical outcomes. It optimizes for engagement. So clicks, emotion, fear, hope, impulse. Familiar claims start to feel true. Stories replace soundness. Viral feels more credible than peer-reviewed data or timeless plain vanilla advice. Hope overrides probability. So how the law of averages and Facebook ads shapes and contaminates buyer behavior, especially in healthcare, supplements, devices, and pharmaceuticals. Facebook's algorithm doesn't optimize for truth, health, or outcomes. It optimizes for engagements, clicks, and conversions. Over time, this creates a statistical reinforcement loop that nudges human behavior toward the average emotional responder, not the most rational decision maker. This is the law of averages that is used by algorithms and AI. So the law of averages with these algorithms learns the wrong human. Facebook serves ads to millions. It tracks clicks, views, watch time, saves, comments, purchases. It learns which type of person reacts most frequently, and then it feeds more ads to that psychological profile. The result then is the algorithm optimizes for the most impulsive, emotionally reactive, and fear-responsive segment of the population, not the most medically literate. So what happens then, it starts to skew the market behavior because that's the revenue. That's their job, to build revenue. Fear-based buyers, pain avoidance buyers, and I'm sticking with bumpers in place here. I'm sticking in a healthcare. That's what we're talking about, the stuff I listed for you. Quick fix seekers, supplement impulse buyers, patients in distress, patients who are primed for hope or desperation. The algorithm is inhuman. It doesn't know you. The algorithm is there to supply the sequence to get you to click, watch, buy, and click again. Healthcare ads exploit biological and thinking vulnerability. We're all vulnerable at times in life. As you said, we have fear of illness. We have fear of aging, some of us. Fear of death, desire for control, hope for relief, distrust in institutions, pain avoidance. The algorithm learns this. It learns this. The emotion side is greater than the evidence side, so it boosts ads with that. Before or after transformations, miracle style language, fear hooks, doctors won't tell you this, authority framing, Harvard backed, scarcity, only 3 left, identity bait for men over 40. This trains buyers to respond emotionally instead of clinically. It's a big difference. The feedback loop, how human thinking gets infected, because look, I'm telling you this, and I know you because we're all the same in one way, shape, or form. We're human. I go, yeah, but that's not me. That's the other guy. I'm smarter than the algorithm. I'm not going to get caught in the loop. Look, I'm an expert angler and fisherman. I know lures. I'm a youper, Dr. Larry. That's for the rest of the world. You know, that's why we live up here. There's only a small percent of us. It's the big city people that get hooked, not us. We're too smart. The feedback loop, how human thinking gets infected. Here's the step-by-step process. Exposure. People see emotionally charged healthcare ads repeatedly. Step 2, normalization. Unverified claims start to feel familiar. That equals credibility. Perception shift. People begin believing supplements equals treatment. Devices equal cure. Testimonials equal evidence. Natural equals safe. Viral equals effective. That means viral like you see it all the time. Step 4 is the conditioning process. The brain learns to trust ads more than logic, more than real people, professionals, more than somebody who actually has the correct answer. It trusts stories more than data, seeks hacks instead of long-term care, expect instant relief or near-term relief, and buy before thinking. There's another step, market distortion. So bad products survive because they perform well emotionally, not clinically. I see it all the time on Facebook. This ad keeps popping up. I see you can just start rolling through it now. You filter these Facebook ads for healthcare stuff now after you just even heard this. The performance is because of the emotional side of the equation from the algorithm, not the clinical side. So this is an algorithm-driven cognitive contamination. It's exactly what this is. It's not illegal. There's nothing inherently illegal about it. Facebook algorithm ads are doing what they're being paid to do, to sell you clickbait so you buy whatever. And the best way to sell people is to tap into their emotions, tap into the hope, tap into this. If you just do this, only 3 left there for that. Scarcity. That's selling 101. Facebook just did it really well. And they figured out how to do it over and over again and then harness technology to do it more efficiently than sometimes even a human being could do. Not sometimes, a lot of times. What about pharmaceutical ads? They're legal, but they're also psychologically engineered as well, too. Pharma ads use fear of missing treatment, social proof, ask your doctor, symptom amplification, lifestyle idealization. If you just take this, you can live like this. You know, that's why you see the person running on the beach, you know, when they're taking, you know, whatever. And subtle problem creation. The algorithm reinforces symptom scanning behavior. You remember the old days of WebMD? That looks pretty benign now. I mean, you go to the symptom checker, you go to the WebMD. I mean, I think that maybe like 10, 15, 20, I don't even know. I didn't look it up. But back in the day, I looked on WebMD, Dr. Larry. Because remember, I'm talking to people all day long. I sit in a 8x8 windowless room with one-on-one conversations. All I do is talk healthcare to people privately, by the way, too. And I hear what people are reading, learning, understanding. And therefore, I go, well, who's the teacher? By the way, I'm not like, well, I should be the teacher. I'm not that guy. But I'm like, well, how is this teaching happen? Who's the teacher? Facebook algorithm. That's the teacher. And getting more efficient at teaching you on these emotional knee-jerk responses, clickbait. So the algorithm reinforces symptom scanning behavior. It creates, this is back to the pharmaceutical side of the equation, increased prescription demand, over treatment bias, and patient pressure to physicians. So pharmaceuticals know what they're doing. Get to the people, hit their emotions, tell them you can fix their problem, send them to the doctor's office and tell them they want that. I mean, billions of dollars. If you look up, you should do it yourself. I didn't do it for the show. Look at how much advertising dollars are spent. I had a guy who was a pharmaceutical rep. Would say, per his statement, he was a golden child for the pharmaceutical company. He did exactly what they wanted him to do. He got out of the profession. And he said, Dr. Larry, you wouldn't believe. He goes, I had the golden parachute working. I was going to be probably retired at 50, and I had to ditch out because I just couldn't keep doing the amount of advertising and pushing. If I didn't spend X number of thousands of dollars per week in just pushing and advertising, they would pull me aside and tell me, you're not spending enough money. Let's go spend some more, to convince. And he goes, and I'll tell you, some of the stuff that I did has been pulled off the market, and some of it related to injury, harm, and death. It's straight from a former pharmaceutical rep. Not that they're all bad. There's jobs they have to do and education they have to do, but I'm talking about the teaching that's going on. How about supplements and devices? This is where the algorithm can be most dangerous. Unlike pharma, supplements and devices often have looser regulation, check. Aggressive influencer marketing. I mean, some of this stuff should sound quite familiar to you. Pseudo-science language. I guess Jim just kind of asked me that question before we got in there. Sometimes he taps into my brain a little bit and knows what I'm going to talk about. Poor evidence standards. And so the algorithm rewards the emotional testimonials, outrage or conspiracy, hidden cure narratives, anti-doctor framing, and fear of big pharma. So there's the flip side of the equation there. So you got the one side, come see us, and the other side, don't see them. I mean, it's a perfect polarization to get you to buy. So it taps into every mindset and market. So the result is the market selects the best storyteller, not the best science. Now, how this affects human decision making. The brain gets rewired. Old school way would be, well, go to the library and do your research. I mean, it's kind of funny to say that because I remember that back in the day. We had to go live to go to. Did you ever have to go to the library? We had to go to what? Encyclopedia. Yeah. As a kid, I'm pretty sure I remember like the fleet of encyclopedias that you buy, and you'd have to re-up them every year. You know, the encyclopedia person would sell you those. So but there was no clickbait ad. I mean, you still had to go through information and decipher it, critical thinking. My wife she's just going to laugh at this when I say this too, because I remember, I think it was probably 20 plus years ago. I was like, how in the world can I sort out fact from fiction, opinion? I mean, so many people just throwing stuff, even in my line of work. Hey, you need to do this as a chiropractor, do this for patients. I'm like, you're just getting puked on with information. I'm like, I got to sort this stuff out. So I went out and I got a book called Constructive Critical Thinking. It was a thin book, like 100 pages. And it probably took me, fair enough, 3 to 6 months to get through. Because what it taught is how to nail through the stuff that I just went through with you on chatter, fake opinions, emotional responses, something that looks like it's framed as good, and get to the core evidence of what is actually truth and fact. And from there, I just kept building on it. And I run that filter through constantly. Now, as a human being, I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers, but I certainly will try to find them, and I'm not going to believe everything I'm told, sold, or clickbait or ad. Now, I'm not on Facebook, but a lot of people are. And I see some of the ads because, of course, I go on YouTube, which I guess they're kind of cousins to each other in a way, right? Yeah. And by the way, so this isn't like, and if we're truthful with each other, I think if we pare it down a little bit, we'd be like, yeah, it's kind of annoying, all these ads, and it isn't really real. Patients will come in and they'll be like, what do you think about this? I probably had a half dozen that this week of different devices and things and stuff, and then it links you right to like Amazon, and you can buy it, bang, or some other website, and you can buy a device for this, a supplement for that. But there's a lot of claims. I hear it follow up, but there's a lot of people said they got healthy by it. I gave you the blueprint of how the algorithm does this. I feel like I want to repeat it again because it's easy just to kind of fly over our heads. I tried to read it slow. So how does the brain get rewired? Old school would be like seek evidence. New school with algorithm conditioned behavior is seek stories. Old school will be consult person to person, a peer that you would respect and knows that has a good foundation knowledge. New algorithm conditioned behavior is consult social media. Old school, get the right diagnosis. New school, self-diagnose. Old school, compare risk. New school, chase hope. Old school, follow a long-term solution till the problem is fixed. New school, seek an instant fix. Old school, trust data. My engineer next to me, trust data. Get data. New school, trust viral consent and content. This behavioral drift has caused repeated algorithmic conditioning. This is not just marketing, it's population level psychological training based on what I just told you. And by the way, I ain't making this up. You can look this stuff up yourself. I just figured I'd bring it out to you so we can get some clarity for 2026. And so we can kind of all be on the same page right now as far as it goes on trying to sort through fact versus fiction. Facebook ads function like this: mass operant conditioning, behavioral reinforcement learning, emotional stimulus training, digital placebo amplification, and habitual cognitive reprogramming. The algorithm becomes the silent doctor. Without ethics, without credentials, and with zero accountability. So, Facebook ad algorithm doesn't just sell healthcare products. It reshapes how people think about health, risk, trust, and treatment. Encourages impulsive health spending. It's just $29.99. It weakens true authority. Trains patients to become reactive consumers instead of informed decision makers. The algorithm becomes the silent teacher, the silent educator. Dare I say this? Anything that we put in front of the Almighty becomes an idol. And just think about 1984, the old book and the movie. So without training, without ethics, without accountability, and without respect to moral laws. So what the algorithm in its context? Is it computer code? What is it? We'll get to that when we get back from the break. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Dr. Larry Radio Show.
We'll be right back with Dr. Larry.
I would never recommend buying a home without having the water tested first. It's cool, it's clear, it looks clean. Oh, it tastes good. Well, what's really in it? And we just recommend that you check it out. I'm Jennifer Toivonen. I'm a co-lab director at Whitewater Associates of AMISA. Coliform bacteria, lead, arsenic, nitrates. You want to be sure that water is safe. I would recommend giving us a call. That way we can tailor the kit that we send to you for what you need. 906-822-7889. Give us a call.
Good morning, Advanced Clean Care. This is Dale. Yes, we are working and booking jobs. It's business as usual. Sure, I can tell you what we do. We're a cleaning and restoration company. We specialize in carpet and upholstery cleaning and water damage extraction. What precautions do we take? We wear a mask and shoe coverings, and we use nitrile gloves. We wipe down and sanitize surfaces that we touch before we leave your home. Our equipment? We use a self-contained truck mount system, using hot water extraction for cleaning carpets, tile, and upholstery. The water we clean with is nearly 200 degrees. That alone provides a major disinfecting through the cleaning process. We're careful to keep to a 6-foot social distancing, and we listen to your concerns that you might have. How busy are we? Oh, we're busy, but we can fit you in. We are deemed an essential business, and we've been taking dirt from everyone for over 35 years. Call Advanced Clean Care at 265-1070 and make an appointment.
An audiologist has extensive training preventing, diagnosing, and treating hearing and balance disorders. Research has shown people tend to underestimate the degree of their hearing loss. Rather than just selling hearing aids and fitting them, we try to look at the person and where he is as far as counseling and guidance on his hearing journey.
There's never been a better time to start hearing what you've been missing, and Lori LaFleur at Tri-County Communications will help you every step of the way on your journey to better hearing. Visit her office at 609 Central Avenue in Florence, Wisconsin. Give her a call at 715-528-4350 or find help online at TriCountyAudiology.com.
Whether you're dreaming of a room with a view or just a little more room, a RE/MAX North Country agent can lead the way. Visit RE/MAX.com. RE/MAX North Country, locally owned and operated with offices in Crystal Falls, Iron River, and Florence.
Here's your Iron River and surrounding area forecast. Slight chance of snow showers this afternoon, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Highs level off around 8 above. Northwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, lows level off around 9 below. A dusting of snow today. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on WIKB. Currently, it's 12 degrees.
This is Lois from Crystal Falls, and you're listening to Dr. Larry Radio.
Bobby here from State Line Chevy GMC. I turned 10 this month, so we're having a big birthday blowout.
With low lease payments, 0% financing available, and savings up to $10,000 off, now is a great time to get into the new Chevrolet or GMC you've been dreaming of.
And our selection of quality pre-owned truck and crossover options has markdowns up to $5,000 off, making them easier to own.
For more details, stop in or visit us online at drivestateline.com today.
State Line Chevy GMC.
Where great service has no boundaries. Happy birthday!
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Your best option for roofing or siding is Peak Metal Roofing. With their state-of-the-art new mobile machine, possibly the only kind in the UP, they can customize your metal roofing or siding on site. This allows even greater cost efficiency and unrivaled quality control. Top quality custom-made metal roofing, siding and trim designed for UP weather and now customized on site. Peak Metal Roofing on Quincy Hill at peakmetalroofing.com. Call 906-370-0734. Peak Metal Roofing, where quality meets speed.
We're back with Dr. Larry.
Welcome back. My background music bed that almost sounds like an algorithm. It's mesmerizing you. 1 + 1 equals 3. No, Dr. Larry, 1 + 1 equals 2. Nope. 1 + 1 equals 3. No, 1 + 1 equals 2. 1 plus 1 equals 3. Yes, you're right. 1 plus 1 equals 3. That kind of sums up. Oh, come on. I know what 1 plus 1 equals. I can do the math in my head. Can you do the math of an algorithm script? Do you know that math? What is an algorithm in its context? It's not just a computer code. It is a decision-making system designed to answer one core question. What content should we show this person next to keep them engaged the longest? Forget science. Forget right answers. Forget anything that has a shred of credibility in a sense. Number one at the top of the list, what should we show this person next to keep them engaged the longest? On Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and ad platforms, the algorithm constantly learns from what you click, what you watch longer, what you react to emotionally, what you share, what you buy. It then predicts what will this person respond to again. So instead of humans choosing what people see, the algorithm chooses what people see based on past behavior. It is not optimized for truth. It is not optimized for accuracy. It is not optimized for medical validity. It is not optimized for patient safety. And it is not optimized for long-term health outcomes. It is optimized for attention, emotional reaction, clicks, engagement, purchases, time spent scrolling. So when healthcare ads enter the system, medical decisions get filtered through a machine that prioritizes emotion, not evidence. Now, why this matters in healthcare ads? Because it learns that health-related fear and hope are powerful emotional triggers. It discovers that people respond more strongly to fear of disease, fear of aging, fear of pain, miracle cures, before and after stories, testimonials, urgency, act now. So it shows more of that. And this creates the dangerous loop. Emotional ads get more clicks. The algorithm learns emotion equals success. It pushes more emotional health ads. Advertisers adapt to become more emotional. Am I being very emotional with you right now? I think I might have chuckled once. So really, it's completely opposite of what I'm doing right now. I'm not being very emotional. I'm just being very factual with you. Do you believe me? Am I making this up? I mean, this goes right into your household on how you make healthcare decisions. So a lot of people are getting spun out of control with this clickbait stuff because it's leading you down a rabbit hole of pseudo fixes. That's what it's doing, and spending your money. Medical marketing becomes less scientific and more psychological. Patients, users, clickers become more reactive and less rational. And this is how the algorithm reshapes human health behavior over time. You know, it's tough to know when you're deceived. It is. That's the whole point of a counterfeit and deception. That's why they got that little thing on the little marker to see if a $20 bill is a really $20 bill. You can't look sometimes at a fake $20 bill that's really good. If you're just a store clerk and know, oh, yeah, that's a counterfeit. No, you got to take and swipe the marker because there's a certain ink. I don't even know if they've been able to counterfeit that ink. Probably the currency is going to leave anyway at some point in time, right? So how does the algorithm, it trains people without you realizing it? No, I realize it, Dr. Larry. I know. And that's the perfect recipe right there. So it becomes a digital trainer for the human brain. If someone clicks fear-based health ads, they get shown more than vanilla factual ads. Anxiety about health increases, more symptom model focus, more likely to buy quick fix solutions and ads. That's why you see so many of these things out there for sale. Over time, it conditions how you think. You think you become a faster decision maker now. I have been taught and learned, and now I know. You become less skeptical, more emotional, more impulsive, and more distrust in traditional common sense. It doesn't just respond to your behavior. This is the algorithm, by the way. It shapes it. It's basically an automated, autopilot persuasion machine. It learns the emotion that moves you, because that's the whole thing. I remember way back in the day, I want to say maybe a speech class, sales class, I don't remember what it was, but learn how to tap into the emotion of somebody, and then you can sell them, like cigarette commercials. I mean, how about back in the day when the Camels, no filter? That's right. The Marlboro Man. It's a tough dude, I think. I think he died of lung cancer. I'm not sure. I'm just pulled that out of my head. Could see, by the way, I'm not sure. I just told you. Right. So, so the pharmaceutical ads, they're legal, but psychologically engineered. Drug ads just don't inform. They create symptom awareness. People start scanning their bodies for problems they never noticed before. Research in the Journal of American Medical Association shows that patients that are exposed to pharmaceutical ads are significantly more likely to request specific drugs, even when they are not medically necessary. They walk into the doctor's office asking for drugs by name, not because they need them, but because the ad planted the idea. This puts pressure on doctors and distorts medical judgment. Supplements and devices, more emotional marketing, weaker evidence standards. Research and science has shown that false or exaggerated health information spreads faster online through clickbait than accurate information. The algorithm does that. And these industries rely heavily on testimonials, influencers, and miracle claims. And the algorithm rewards it with whoever gets the strongest emotional reaction. Not what works best, the strongest emotional reaction. So it rewards the persuasion over the proof. The best marketer beats the best medicine and the best advice giver. And distorts behavior. Spend money emotionally instead of concretely, shifting from evidence-based to algorithm influence. So it's no longer just fighting your disease. It's fighting AI-driven systems that retrain how we think about health. The algorithm does not care if you get better. The algorithm cares if you click. Okay, upcoming announcements in our tip and trick of the week after the break. This is the Dr. Larry Radio Show.
Dr. Larry will be back in a moment.
Biggeries is open and they are essential. Biggeries is there to serve you Monday through Friday, 7 to 6 Saturday, 8 to 3, and 9 to noon on Sunday. Ace is the best place for barbecue. Deals on all grills and griddles, along with the biggest selection of sauces, seasonings, charcoal, rubs, tools, and accessories. Red hot buys at the lowest prices and sound advice from trusted friendly faces. Biggery Ace Hardware right here in Iron River.
The Dickinson Iron Intermediate School District Department of Early Childhood is currently accepting applications for Early Head Start. The ISD is also encouraging parents to submit an application now for Head Start for fall of 2020. Pregnant mothers and children ages birth to 3 may be eligible for Early Head Start home visiting. Children ages 3 and 4 may be eligible to attend Head Start. The program is free to families who qualify. Research shows that children who are enrolled in a high-quality preschool program, such as Head Start, are more likely to succeed upon entry to kindergarten. To submit an application for your child, please call the Dickinson Iron Intermediate School District, Department of Early Childhood Education at 779-2695 or visit diisd.org.
This is Mason from Iron River, and you're listening to Dr. Larry Radio.
My family depends on clean water every day. That's why WaterCare makes water good for life. Their water softeners, conditioners, filters, and drinking water systems deliver the high-quality, high-efficient water we need. No more rust-colored stains, buildup and scale, blue and green stains, corrosion, or foul odor and taste. See your professional WaterCare dealer to pinpoint your water problems and tailor a system that's right for you. WaterCare, making water good for life.
Wandell's WaterCare, 906-827-3930. WandellsWaterCare.com.
It's one of the biggest sales of the year. Get an Ashley sofa for just $339. Get up to 60% off list during the huge President's Day sale at Slumberland Furniture. Get a reclining sofa for just $499. A lazy boy recliner for just $399. Get a Sealy Posturepedic mattress for just $799 with a free adjustable base. Pay no interest for up to 60 months on select purchases with approved credit. The huge President's Day sale at Slumberland on Jackson Street in Iron Mountain. The best time to buy. See store for finance details.
Break's over. Time to get cracking once again with Dr. Larry.
Welcome back. Okay, a couple of things before we wrap up the show and get to the weekly tip and trick. Sleep apnea is a serious sleep disorder. You guys, you can tell when I'm reading to you, totally right. Where breathing repeatedly stops and starts often, when it's factual, I'll just read you facts, causing loud snoring, gasping, and poor sleep, leading to daytime fatigue, concentration issues, increased health risks like high blood pressure. The most common type, obstructive sleep apnea, happens when the throat muscles relax and block the airway. Central sleep apnea occurs when the brain fails to signal breathing muscles. The diagnosis involves a sleep study. Treatments range from lifestyle changes, CPAP, BiPAP machines, and so on. I'll do a show on that. And we have a new place that opened up, Total Respiratory in Iron River at 500 West Genesee Street. They've got all of that equipment for you. They've got 39 locations nationwide, so kind of a nice little local store here. But they can set you up with that, nebulizers, CPAP, BiPAP, oxygen concentrators, tanks, but unique tanks, very small ones. Don't forget Queen City Running, any 3 of their stores. Just say you heard or listened to Dr. Larry on the radio. Hey, Dr. Larry sent me. You can even say that. That'll work. And you get an automatic $20 off. Any one of their 3 locations. So they've got a new one in Iron Mountain, right in downtown. They've got the Marquette one. Maybe that might be the flagship one. They got the Houghton one. Paige, one of the co-owners, was on the show last year, so they are still holding that. I just had a couple of patients the last couple of weeks. Got my $20 off, Dr. Larry, my new shoes, and they showed me the new shoes. I'm like, hey, those aren't meant for snow. Keep them nice. Don't wear them in my office when it's snowy. You want to preserve those $160, $80 shoes over there. Get your life out of them. Dr. Walker Flannery, let me check. I'm going to check here. Check my text. Did he get back to me? Shame. Might be in surgery. From OSMS is going to come back on the show. This will be a live call-in. He's going to discuss the Valise hip navigation system. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but I'm just going for it now. It's their division of DuPi Synthes, which is a Johnson & Johnson division for the orthopedic. It's a non-invasive digital surgical navigation system. Basically what it does is like when they pop in a new hip, they remount the hole. They slap in the stem down the femur, and then what Dr. Flannery was telling me is that there has to be a measurement there. And the old way, if you want to call it that, was basically like this grid they would put on to make sure that they don't, shim it too short or shim it too long. Now he's got this software that helps digitize all that. And he said it's pretty cool. He's been using it for about a year. And all he does, by the way, are anterior hip replacements. That's Dr. Walker Flannery. And by the way, too, there's a lot of these guys out there that are doing the anterior hips now, and they're doing a good job. Dr. Connolly from Marquette, I use him as well, too. Never talked to him, but I use him quite a bit. He does a great job with hip replacements. So I'm just kind of spilling out a few of the sources that I use for referrals. When patients come to me, they want to know who to see, who does the best, who's the most precise, where am I going to have the least amount of infections, etc. And so those are two guys that I use. And so OSMS in Green Bay. And then I don't remember the name of the clinic at Marquette, but it's Dr. Connolly and two outstanding guys doing some good jobs with hip and knees. And two good clinics, too. OSMS has some of the lowest infection rates in the nation as well, too. They run an award for that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, don't forget the Ask Dr. Larry link on WIKB.com. See the announcement side of the show, too, so I just get to roll through stuff, but it's weekly, you know. You can email your healthcare question to me. No clickbait. I'm not a click. I won't give you a clickbait response. I'll give you a response. WIKB has that link set up. Tim had it set up while we were doing the show here. Just go WIKB.com, scroll down, hit the Ask Dr. Larry, fill out the form, and if you got a question for me, I'll respond to you. So people ask me some good questions over the years. Don't forget to use it. But by the way, so based on the show I just heard, what'd you think of it? I mean, sound like I'm straight at you, coming from left field? What is that? I mean, do you believe that potentially you or somebody you know is being shaped and molded by the algorithms out there and being sold? I mean, it's a sophisticated machine. Clearly it's working. And then clearly it's... the one thing I forgot to mention, too, is it gets the emotional responders, feeds them, and then it gets to the logical responders. So that's the seed of the virus there. It grows into, and then therefore from there, it taps into the ones that are more critical thinkers and convinces them. It's an efficient machine, let me tell you, and it sells ads and clicks and on emotion. Don't forget to check out my website, drlarryradio.com. That's there's 3 links on there. You can see, you'll hear this show. I'll get that. Lenny said the technology is doing good for recording, and he's got that all straightened up, so I'll have this show uploaded maybe by the weekend if you want to hear that one more time. There's the subscription link, too, for the Patreon stuff. That's if you want to hear some of the old archive shows. And you can find me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I noticed the Apple Podcast downloads are starting to increase, more so than the Spotify. So just, again, human behavior, I don't know. One show that's really kind of taken off over the time is the stenosis, which I thought, stenosis of your spine, I did that show a while back, and I did not think it was exceptional as far as, okay, we all know what stenosis is, but that seems to have interest in people, so one of those shows out there. Anyway, you can find that on any of the big platforms. There's a for-patient section on my website as well, too. So if you want to get a hold of the office, actually, I was getting ready for the show today. Somebody clicked and said they want to become a new patient, so there's that option there, too, if you just want to email the office. And FYI, so just some office notes here for you as well, too. This is where I can wind down and talk a little bit professionally about what I got going on. I no longer send out paper statements. If we really did a cost accounting on it, it's roughly $3 to send out a statement. So if I send out 3 statements for a $10 copay, I just ate $9 out of 10. And in a small office, I really got to watch overhead expenses and all that kind of stuff. So we do now through either your email or your phone, and that's why we do those patient reminders as well too. But all statements go out on your phone if we have your cell phone number. If we don't, then it's got to be your email. We do not send out paper statements anymore. The cost is just through the roof. And insurance companies are even charging us fees now if they're sending statements to us or payments by paper. I mean, things have gotten so ridiculous sometimes it just... you get in a rabbit hole on that one, like almost. Well, I did last week about people not paying their bills. And I got home. My wife's like, "Remember, you got to go drop off this money. You got to go pay the bill. You said for people to pay your bill." I was like, "Okay, I'll go do it." So I had to go pay a bill too myself. Tim, it's time for the weekly tip and trick. You head up to the broadcast booth. I'm heading out center stage for the demo because today we're going to learn a simple self-test for ulnar nerve entrapment. Here we go.
All right. First, I want to say, Dr. Larry, I loved your presentation today. That's great, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, he's got his left arm out at a almost 90-degree angle, and he's tapping it with his other, right at the elbow, tapping, tap, tap, tap with his 4 fingers.
Mr. Electrical engineer guy, I'm feeling electricity down to my pinky. That's the positive test there. So thank you, sir. Called ulnar nerve entrapment. It's in the elbow. It's kind of like a cousin to carpal tunnel in a way. So there's a little ligament that kind of is over the ulnar nerve at your elbow. If it starts to get thickened from repetition use, it'll squeeze the ulnar nerve a little bit, and the tap test, you'll feel electric shock. So I do it on my right arm. I get a little bit. I do it on my left arm. I get a zapper. Now, I'm not going to run out and go get a surgery for it right now, but it gives you an idea that your ulnar nerve is getting trapped a little bit. Mine sends a pretty good electric shock. It's because I use my left hand quite a bit through all day long. Squeezing people. Yeah, bending people. So I've got a little ulnar nerve entrapment myself. It's always kind of weird when a doctor tells you he's got an ailment. I got to watch that. Oh, he's got an ailment. What else? Yeah, what else you got wrong? Okay, I got a bad back and a bad knee too. How about that? See, I'm human. All right. Called the Tunnel's test. And hope you enjoyed the show this week. Love talking AI algorithm to you. When you hop up on your Facebook and you see some ads now, who's going to win? Dr. Larry and what I told you of the inner working of the algorithm, the brain? Or is the beast going to win and get you to click and buy? Oh, it's not that big of a deal, Dr. Larry. When it comes to finding healthcare truth and getting answers, it does matter. It cares more about the click. All right, folks. Remember, you can listen to me live right here every week to learn how to achieve a better back and better health. Or if you're having a pain or problem, I'm here to help. My number at the office is 906-875-3215. Have a good day, man on the board. I'll see you next week, everybody.
WIKB, Iron River, Crystal Falls, Iron Mountain, Kingsford.